Friends, welcome to another chapter of Python libraries course for data analysis and manipulation by Slidescope. In this chapter, we are going to learn about concat method in pandas data frames. Suppose we have two data frames, preferably of same column names or same shape, though we can concatenate them. That means we can take one data frame, we can take another data frame, we can join them to create a bigger data frame. Let's see some examples, then you will understand this. Again, these data frames can be created with the help of any source, like it can be a CSV file, it can be an Excel file, it can be a dictionary, it can be list, it can be anything. So in this example, I will give you example of two dictionaries. So we have Jupyter Notebook open here using Anaconda Navigator, and we are going to create a new Python 3 file here. So click new Python 3 here. Now it's time to rename the notebook. So I will rename it as Concat. Rename. Now first thing is we have to create two data frames here. So I will create it with the help of these dictionaries that I have. So the first dictionary is India temperature, and in case of India temperature I have four city names, that is Mumbai, Lucknow, Chandigarh and Manali, and then I have temperature of these four cities and humidity of these four cities, and then I will print this, right, in underscore temp data frame. So I am writing the data here directly instead of creating a extra variable of data. I am putting the data directly in the data frame method. This can also be done, or if you don't want to do this, so you can write data ind is equal to this. So data ind is equal to this dictionary, and then you can write data ind, and then you can create. So first, before that, we have to import pandas as pd. So now you will see that int temp will be created, and I will copy the same thing here. So now you can see in this data frame I have city, temperature and humidity, and in the similar way I am creating another data frame which has some different data, and it has data of different cities, but number of values and number of columns are same, just to make you understand. So now I have these two data frames here, right? First data frame is this and second data frame is this. So we want to join them together. So one data frame is US underscore temp and one data frame is IND underscore temp. We want to join these two data frames together to create a new data frame. So now I am going to create a new data frame called DFC, and in DFC we will write pd.concat, and in pd.concat you have to create a list, and in your list you have to write name of your two data frames. So first is IND underscore temperature and second is US underscore temperature, and now DFC will be created. Let's print DFC, and now you can see we have joined these two data frames together to create a new data frame. But you can see one problem here, that the index of the previous data frames are copied here. So in this data frame 0, 1, 2, 3 was the index, and in this data frame 0, 1, 2, 3 was the index, and hence it is being repeated here. So we get, when we are concatenating two data frames, we can ignore the index also. Let's see how we can do that. So for that, for ignoring the index, we can copy this same line here, and you just have to write one parameter here, and that will be ignore underscore index is equal to true. By default the ignore index is false, hence index is considered from both the data frames, and then we can use them. Again, this can be 3 data frames also. That's why we are using a list here. So you can join any number of data frames together. Suppose we have temperature data or weather data of 4 cities of any particular country. So we can join that also. For example, I am showing you 2 examples here. Now this DFC or data frame concatenated will be created with the help of pd.concat. Inside we have a list of name of data frames, and then ignore index is equal to true. Now you will see that a new index will be created for this new data frame. So this is how we can concatenate that, and now we can visualize this data also. When you have this type of data, remember, when you have this type of data where you have one object or string, one column of string values and 2 column of numerical values, so you can simply plot them using bar or bar h. So let's plot them using bar h. So dfc dot plot and kind is equal to bar h. Bar h means bar horizontal. So let's run this. We have to again execute this. Now you will see in horizontal data that on the same data you will see temperature and humidity for index here. So that is the purpose of index. So you are seeing index here, but it will be more meaningful to see the name of these cities here, right? So how we can do that? Again, you can see index is being displayed here. So when index is being displayed here, so we can set the index and then plot this graph. So first take the data frame, look very carefully. Take the data frame, use set underscore index. So which column we want to set index as? City. And then plot, and then write kind is equal to bar horizontal. Now let's see the output. Now you can see we are getting the same output, but this looks more meaningful, and here you will see the index also. Now suppose you want to set some title for this. Now we can set a title for this graph also. So just put comma and use title is equal to, we can write city wise temperature and humidity. Execute it, and now you will have a title for your graph also. So we can use these parameters to make our graph more meaningful, and in this case you can see we are already getting meaningful data here. So for every city, temperature is being represented in blue and humidity is being represented in orange color. So this was an example of concat. So how we can concat without ignoring the index, and how we can concat with ignoring the index, and then from the data, if we have one object and 2 numerical values, so we can set the object column as index, and then we can plot bar h or simple bar also. Let's see. So you, when you will plot simple bar, so it will be the vertical bar. Now you can see the answer. So either you can represent your this graph in your report, but because names are written here, so I prefer this one, because in this case readability of names will be better. So now we can concatenate with keys also. Let's see, we have our data frame dfc is equal to pd.concat int temp comma us temp. We can use one parameter here, and that parameter is keys, and in keys we can write India comma USA. So because we have concatenated two data frames. One data frame is about India's temperature and other data frame is about USA's temperature, and then we are concatenating them with keys. And let's print DFC so that we can see. Now you can see the data here that there's a key associated with these data frames also. And now what is the benefit of this key? Using LOC or locate, we can put the name of key, let's say USA, and then you will get only that data frame. So we have concatenated two data frames or more than two data frames together. Then we can assign them keys, and suppose we want to analyze only one of them, so we can use dfc.log and then we can write the name of key, so we will get that data frame. Remember, in this case we are not ignoring the index. Now we will try to concatenate a data frame with a series. Let's say we have series data. So for creating series, we have to write something like, let's say S is our series or ST is our series here, and we can create series using pd.series method. And here in series we will create a list 1, 2, 3 and 4. So we are creating four values here. So first value is, let's say, humid. Second value is, let's say, snow. Third value is, let's say, rain. And fourth value is, let's say, sunny. So we have four four events in this particular series, and that's why I'm going to name it event. And then this series is created. Now we can concatenate this series with any particular data frame. So let's say df underscore ind is there. Let's say what is the name of the data frame. It's ind underscore temp. So we have a data frame here called ind temp. In this data frame we have three columns, and the case is we want to add one more column to it. So we are trying to concatenate it with the series, but that series will not be added as a row, but it will be added as a column. So we can write dfc is equal to pd dot concat, and here we have to use a list. In the first case you will write the name of your data frame, then you will write the name of your series, and then you will write axis is equal to 1 if you have to add it to axis 1. Now do it and write dfc, and now you will see. So when you will use axis parameter, so that data frame will be added to the axis, that means it will be added to the columns part. So that's what we can do here. So axis is equal to 1 means add in columns or concatenate in columns. Thanks for watching this video. We will come with more things related to pandas data frame and data analysis in upcoming chapters.